Today we're talking about one of Taylor Swift's homes being broken into again, for like the 8,000th time. In-N-Out is pulling their only location out of Oakland due to the rising crime rates. And in some much sooner than I expected news, Diet Coke is out of the contest. All in today's episode of... Hello, Netfreaks! Before we get started, are any of you playing Pal World? I'm hooked. I'm super upset that I have to be recording this right now because I just want to play it. Yeah, that's where I am in life now. Broke and talking shit on the internet. Anyways, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an update. And Alice, let's start off talking about Queen Swift first, shall we?
Taylor Swift's New York City townhouse was reportedly targeted in a break-in attempt, adding to a series of break-ins and attempts at Swift's properties over the years.
So Taylor's home seemed to have become a hotspot for some unusual characters. The latest incident, luckily, didn't manage to get inside and even ended up being arrested for something totally unrelated, which at that point you know your luck in life is just run out. And as I was saying, this isn't just a one-time thing. Cast your mind back to 2022 when a guy was charged with trespassing and stalking after he got into two of Swift's Tribeca residences. And who could forget the time someone rammed their car into her townhouse and then have the audacity to demand a meeting with her? I mean, that's one way to get a celebrity's attention. And there's more. Back in 2018, a man broke into her townhouse just to take a nap. These incidences by no means are limited to New York. Her homes in Beverly Hills and Rhode Island had faced similar situations. The thing is, when you're as famous as Taylor Swift, strange occurrences like this become less and less surprising, almost as if it's part of the fame package of today's world. But let's dive into the deeper issue at play here. The parasocial relationship between celebrities and their fans. It's a beautiful but double-edged sword. On one side, these relationships form incredible connections. Fans feel a personal bond with their idol, sharing in their highs and lows as if they really know them. It's what makes being a fan so unique and powerful. However, this feeling of closeness, while mostly harmless, can drive fans to extreme actions like attempting to break into a celebrity's home. It's a warped attempt to transform a one-sided relationship into something reciprocal. They feel so connected to a celebrity that they lose sight of the line between fantasy and reality. This phenomena of parasocial interaction demonstrates the immense influence of media and celebrity culture in shaping our thoughts and actions. While the majority of fans maintain healthy perspectives, there's always that small group of people that might go too far propelled by this imagined bond. On the positive side, parasocial relationships can foster a sense of community and belonging amongst fans. They can be a source of comfort and inspiration, helping people through tough times. But on the negative, these relationships can sometimes lead to that unhealthy obsession. In extreme cases, they can result in occurrences like the one at Swift's townhouse, where a fan crosses boundaries in pretty alarming ways. So while we celebrate an amazing connection between stars like Swift and their fans, it's vital to remember that the importance of respecting privacy and recognizing the boundaries of the relationship. It's a balancing act that's crucial for the safety and well-being of both celebrities and their fans. Now, all I have to ask is, are you willing to be my first stalker?
In a notable development, In-N-Out Burger is permanently closing its Oakland location due to ongoing crime and safety concerns. This marks the first time the company has had to close a store for such reasons.
Now, let's really dive into this. In-N-Out, the burger chain that's as iconic to California as the Golden Gate Bridge, is closing its Oakland location. And why, you may ask? Because the local crime wave is hitting harder than the craving for a double animal style with some fries and a shake. This isn't just a bummer for burger lovers, it's a sign of deeper issues in the community. When a brand that's known for its upbeat and family vibe decides to bail, it's what we like to call a major red flag. Now think about the employees. They're faced with a tough choice, either relocate or take severance, possibly having to upheave their lives because their workplace has become a danger zone. Yeah, that's a whole level of job insecurity that's far beyond the normal business ebb and flow. Thinking about it though, these types of closures send a message about the area's safety and business viability, potentially deterring future investments and growth. Because it's not just about the one company leaving, it's about what the departure signifies. If a well-loved, successful business like In-N-Out decides the environment is too risky, what does that say for others? It could be a major deterrent for new businesses considering moving in, or for existing ones pondering their future in the area. It's a potential tidal wave that's just waiting to affect the city's entire business landscape. And the tax revenue. Every burger sold was a small contribution to the city's budget, funding everything from road repairs to schools. With In-N-Out's exit, that's a chunk of change the city won't see ever again. And let's not overlook the community angle here. Local businesses are more than economic units, they're community cornerstones. They're where memories are made, where first jobs are held, where neighbors met. Losing things like this can change a neighborhood's very essence. All we can really do is hope that this means maybe an independent spot can step up and now capitalize on a juggernaut's exit.
Ron DeSantis has suspended his presidential campaign. Concurrently, Nikki Haley's campaign has gained momentum, as seen in a recent event in New Hampshire where she was met with enthusiastic support.
Alright folks, let's discuss the latest update in the Republican primaries. Ron DeSantis, a previously perceived heavyweight in the Republican presidential race, has just hit the pause button on his campaign, allowing rival Nikki Haley to do some seizing the moment campaigning. This shakeup in the race brings some hefty questions to the table. What does DeSantis' suspension mean for the Republican primary? How does it shake up the dynamics of the race, if at all? And perhaps the most intriguing question, how will voters, especially those who had their eyes on DeSantis, react to the development? Will they swing behind Haley, or will their support drift towards other candidates? Speaking of other candidates, in the realm of Republican politics, Trump is like the original Coke. A classic, bold, hard to replicate flavor. In contrast, DeSantis and Haley are more like Diet Coke versions. Similar, yet distinctly different, and maybe lacking that original zing for some. Some might call that zing racism. It's close, but not quite what they're hankering for. Which brings us to a critical crossroads in voter preference. The Republican base, long known for its loyalty to Trump's unmistakable political style, now faces a dilemma. Do they go for the younger version of what they've always liked? Or do they hold out for the original Coke? The unfiltered, full-flavored political approach of Trump. It's a choice that's less about policy and more about taste. For Haley, the scenario is both a golden opportunity and a formidable challenge. She now has the opportunity to ride a wave of momentum and enthusiasm. But can she convince the diehard original Coke fans that her Diet Coke approach is the way forward? Convincing a base that often prefers familiar to novel is no small feat. And I mean, we can't entirely overlook the other contenders in the race. With DeSantis stepping out, there's a void that other candidates are likely eyeballing to fill now. The Republican primary is still technically wide open, but I'm still expecting it to technically be a sweep in Trump's favor. And on that note, we're gonna call it for the day. If you're still here with me, do me a solid and hit that like button, would you? And until next time, stay weird, stay safe, and I will see you later. Bye.